All right, guys, so today we're going to be talking about the top 7 Glock mods that you can buy on Amazon. The other day I was perusing on Amazon. I saw this little recommended for you section down on the side, and I actually found some Glock mods that a lot of people didn't know was on Amazon. And that's really interesting. So some of these mods, obviously you guys knew that they were on there, but there's quite a few of them that I guarantee you didn't know were on there. Also guys, I'll put a link right down below for everything that we talk about in this video. It's actually my Amazon affiliate store. And basically what that is, it's a little list I put together. And if you do buy something, it does give us credit for it, but that's how this channel stays alive. So I just want to say thank you for all of your support, but in no particular order. Let's start with number 1, weapon light. So on this side, I have the Enforce APL Compact. This side, I have the TLR1. And then right here, I have the Olight PL Valkyrie Mini. All 3 of these are sold on Amazon, as well as a lot of other lights as well. One of them I'm not mentioning that I just didn't feel like yanking out of the safe is the Enforce APL Gen 3 full size. But there's so many other things, and I got a ton of them added to my Amazon. You know, I remember the good old days when you could buy Glock triggers off of Amazon, which was like 2 years ago when I first started YouTube. And then within 3 or 4 months after I started YouTube, they started yanking off all the triggers and stuff, but there's still a lot of cool stuff on there. So weapon lights is definitely one of them. But the cool thing about Amazon is if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get free 2-day shipping or sometimes even free overnight delivery, just depending on the product. Number 2 is magwells. They actually have quite a few different magwells on there. This one's the Agency Arms one on there. They do have this particular one on Amazon. It's in the list that I got down below, but they also have a lot of other brands as well. And it's really weird because you can't just find these products by typing in Agency Arms magwell. Sometimes you got to type in some words a little bit differently and then it pops up. Number 3, there's actually Polymer 80 barrels that are available now. This is a non-threaded one and this is a threaded one that I have right here. I actually just saw them on Amazon and I added it to my list for your guys' viewing pleasure. I didn't see the threaded one, but they do have the non-threaded one. In addition to the Amazon list, I'll put a link to a blog post where you can get a lot of these other products that you see in this video. Yeah, I was looking around and I was like, wait a second, how is there Polymer 80 barrels on there? But they do. The one I saw was pretty much exactly like this one. It was a Glock 19 barrel. It was a fluted and it was black nitride, non-threaded. It's on there. And speaking of 80, when I was looking at the 80 barrel, I actually saw the 80 PF 940 SC frame. If you guys haven't seen this video, I literally just put it out last week or earlier this week. I don't remember, but I'll put a link right up here if you haven't seen that. And I've done a ton of other Polymer 80 builds. I'll put playlists down in the description so you guys can check those out. But I just thought it was really crazy. I was looking at it. They had the Polymer 80 PF 940 SC frame, the Polymer 80 PF 940 C frame, aka Glock 19 frame. And they also had the Polymer 80 PF 940 V2 frame, which is the Glock 17 frame. And I was like, what the heck? What are Polymer 80s doing on Amazon? But they're not firearms and it's just a hunk of plastic until you grind off the pieces and drill the holes. So I thought that was really cool. And then even furthermore, there's Polymer 80 slides on Amazon, all of which I've added to the list. So that's really cool. You can get the barrels, the frames, and the slides all on Amazon. I think that's legit. Next up on the docket is sights. Now, this is something you guys probably know about. You can get Glock sights on Amazon. Some of my favorite sights these are the XS F8 sights. I've already done a review on these. Great sights. They work well. Also the Trigicon HD XRs or standard HDs. And then also suppressor height sights. These are Ameriglows. They also have the Ameriglows that have the orange front sight. That's over there on my list as well. Typically when I'm ordering stuff, I really like to support the Second Amendment companies, but sometimes when I'm doing a build, I might need a part in a hurry so I can, get the video out. And so when that does occur, I just order them from Amazon and they're here a day or two later and I can do the videos. So that's really awesome. Next up is guide rods. A lot of the guide rods that are on Amazon are typically geared for Gen 4s, but there are some Gen 3 ones on there. This one is a tungsten guide rod that I have right here for my Gen 4 Glock 19. These are on there as well as stainless steel, as well as OEM. One little Glock part that I think is completely underrated are these fixer, we're not going to go up close with this, but they're these slanted takedown pins and they're super grippy. A lot of times, when you're doing the takedown stuff on here, a lot of times it can be hard to grab these little guys right here. They're just, over time, they get slippery because the paint wears off. But with these little fixer ones, they're $8. and they just come like, oh man, they grip so well. Eventually what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna replace all of these takedown levers with these fixer ones because they're that nice and that comfortable to use, and they're super quick to take everything apart. Next up, you can get, aftermarket custom back plates. I don't believe they have these particular ones, but they have a ton of them. If you're gonna carry the gun, just stay away from back plates that would show intent, like you're fucked, or you're screwed, stuff like that. It's really funny because a lot of times I hear from like regular people that you shouldn't modify your carry guns because of legalities. Now I get it. Every state's different. Every state has different laws. So be sure you check your local and state laws. However, the one thing that keeps coming up from every attorney that I've spoken with, and I'm going on 4 attorneys that I've spoken with in the past 2.5 years, and these were defense attorneys who have defended people who have used their guns in self-defense. I always ask them about triggers and stuff like that. And the attorneys that I've spoken with, whenever I've asked about triggers, they've always said, oh yeah, that's not an issue. It's not a big deal, blah, 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 unless it's a negligent discharge, yada, yada. Anyways, long story short, the one thing that keeps coming up is they're like, don't buy back plates or anything with a Punisher logo or anything with a quote on it that could show intent, like wrong house type stuff, because that actually does show intent, where just modifying a trigger doesn't. Granted, I'm not an attorney. This is just what people have told me for my state's laws and what they think would, be okay and not okay. But every single time they come back to things that have writing on them. But that is available on Amazon if you want to get custom back plates. For the Glock mods that you can buy on Amazon, and then I think I covered quite a few that you didn't know were on Amazon. There are many more. There's no way for me to possibly cover them all, but they got tons of tools, Glock takedown tools. They got sight pushers, all of which are on my Amazon list that I'll have a link to down below. I have backpacks, I have medical kits, all kinds of cool stuff on there. So if you like this video, just go ahead and smash the like button. If you didn't like it, I really don't care. But until next time, I love you guys, and you guys stay sexy.